This car is fun all the time. Fun in the way you thought cars were when you were little. And you know why people reminisce about childhood? Because outside of homework and chores, it's the only time when life is easy. Of course, this isn't including people who had a lousy childhood or grew up in the system or were sick all the time or, lost a parent. Or for me, I had this weird super sanity when I was a kid and I knew I was a child and I knew things were going to change. So I never was romantic about childhood, and it kind of even feels like I'm still in it. Anyway, that's a story for an RCR journal at some point. For them and me, maybe for some, for maybe me, the tragedy of missing out on that period of unsanitized innocence is an absence that can shape everything that comes after. I even remember when I was that young, I was aware that these were the good times and I was trying to feel present in the moment, but I never really could. But for many people, childhood is as easy as life ever gets. You're too young to fully appreciate it in the moment. Or for me, you're aware of that you're supposed to feel something, but never did feel anything. Anyway, because childhood is riddled with little imperfections that matter in the moment, which ultimately don't mean a thing in the grand scheme of it all. Summer was never long enough and Christmas break was always too short. You had to go to family functions you didn't want to. Now you're speaking my language. And you have to wait 30 years for your dad to stop talking with that fishing buddy he ran into at Insalacos. Or worse, Schuylkill Valley Sports. So then they can talk about the Penguins versus the Flyers for 8 years. And all you want to do is get back home in time for Legends of the Hidden Temple. Your mom knows your clothes size by heart, but still makes you try everything on in case clothing brands run large or small. But we never realized that it doesn't matter. And ultimately grades didn't matter and permanent records didn't matter. And even when parents told us, "Hey, enjoy childhood because it gets tougher from here." Ugh. I got that line. I hated hearing that. Because what are you supposed to say to that? Because as children, we made our own happiness through friendship and playtime and neighborhood adventures. Pool parties, hide and seek, flashlight tag, playing it until the lightning bugs came out. But as adults, we latch on to where it can get. We accept it as it comes. This is not to say that adulthood is misery, not at all. You have way more freedom as an adult to do things you want to do. And for me, adulthood is way better than childhood. I get weird when like friends have their kids around because I just look at them and like, wow, you're in middle school. That sucks. I think I said that to one of my friend's kids. No, not you, Tom, but somebody else. I said that to. And they looked at me, and the kid looked at me with like patient eyes and said, "Yeah, it does." And I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry. You'll get out of it." I guess if there was a theme to my childhood, it was that. Knowing that it sucked. And not believing anybody who said it was good. I almost wanted to say to adults when I was a kid who said, "Oh, this is the best time of your life." And I almost wanted to say that. Oh, my uncle used to say that. And I wanted to say something. I wanted to have this snappy comeback as a kid. He goes, "Wow, if your childhood was the best time of your life must suck now, huh?"